Thermal power producers Electromaxx and Jacobsen, combined that are barely supplying 20 megawatts to the national grid, will be paid a colossal sum of 65.20 billion shillings by government for redundant capacity.
As part of our energy security plans, okay, in the event that we really have a depletion in the hydro project, these guys should be able to come up quickly and supply electricity, okay? So in that regard, they are paid the capacity payments to meet those obligations. Electromaxx right now is actually suggesting to the regulator that they can be able to compete favorably with the renewables. Conversation is going on that they can actually be able to compete at 8 cents per kilowatt hour. So these agreements are not cast in stone.
But the private sector are uncomfortable with the capacity payment, insisting that they are heavily burdened by costly power tariffs, made worse by the fact that most manufacturers are operating far below their installed capacities because of demand.
From the private sector perspective, we don't see why, because if you're investing in Karuma, if you're investing in other power stations, there's no reason to make long-term agreements with thermal generators. And I think that is the shame, because paying over 65 billion for redundant production, we're already in excess. That demand is not likely to increase. So I do not definitely agree with the argument that they are using it as a buffer, because that's my understanding. Let's pay for thermal generation as some kind of buffer because we anticipate an increase in demand.
In its 2018 base tariff review assumptions, the Electricity Regulatory Authority ERA has also endorsed the proposed expenditure of $6 million or approximately 21 billion shillings by Bujagali Energy Limited on account of its debt refinancing transaction costs.
I think that's a component of professional fees, transaction advisors. There could be brokerage fees in there, but also an element of penalty by getting into one structure and getting into another. It's not done by an ordinary person. There are professionals who do this structuring. So that structuring costs money. And that is at the very minimum. The 6 million provision could even be less. It could even go high.
With the backing of government, Bujagali is eager to have a refinancing of its debt structure, worth nearly $500 million, with lenders such as the International Finance Corporation and the African Development Bank keen to support the outcome, aimed at lower tariffs. Reina Ojon, NTV Business.